Hey, I would greatly appreciate it if you could support me. Simply go to ebay.com. In the search bar, type in Latrice Limited, click on shops, and then support me. I have a wide variety of items on there, many of my own personal Latrice Limited items, such as candles, bath bombs, soaps, essential oil blends, teddies, lingerie robes, a whole bunch of stuff. I even have men's ties on there, comic books, trading cards, all that. Definitely support me, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And now let's get into this video. So y'all, what is going on with this police department? Okay, we have a story that is coming out of Texas. Okay, and it says police took 5 phone calls to respond after an elderly woman found dead after 2 days. The alarm was raised after a woman was found lying dead in a garden in the back of the house. She is believed to have been dead for 2 days. Got an article, and I'm gonna give my thoughts and opinions as we go along. Okay, so it says police in Texas took 5 calls to respond to news of an elderly woman being found dead in her back garden. Should be backyard garden. It says retired cop Robert A. Gross found the body on June 18th, 2 days after she had died, and immediately phoned emergency services. But he claims 4 of the calls went unanswered. So this is a retired cop calling the police station, 911 operators, and 4 calls, nothing. Ring, 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 nothing. What? Gross, retired cop, has now written a letter, which I am going to read after I go through this. Gross, the retired cop, has now written a letter to Austin Mayor Kirk Watson to raise the alarm about the real impact ongoing staffing shortages across the police department are having on residents. In the letter, the retired cop claims he called 911 4 or 5 times after finding the woman's body, and was then forced to ask his wife to drive to the nearest fire station to get them to respond. Okay? Now, I am going to read the letter to the mayor, Kirk Watson. It says, "Sir, on June 18th, 2023, I attempted to contact 911 about a deceased person 4 or 5 times. As I was unable to get a response, I had my wife drive to the nearest fire station, number 31, to respond, and to have them contact APD, Austin Police Department, to respond to a deceased person. There was a response within minutes. Austin Fire Department on scene, followed closely by EMS response, and I was still on the phone waiting for 911 to answer. I finally got a response after 17 minutes and 22 seconds for public safety already on scene. The elderly couple had been there for 2 days. One deceased in the backyard, and with no support, could have been a second victim, was sitting in the living room staring at a blank wall. They had a recent hospitalization and head injury." So I didn't blank this stuff out. This is how the letter was. I went on to the back patio and found blah blah face down contusions on blah blah left arm, and some bodily fluids beneath blah blah was obviously deceased, as the body displayed postmortem lividity. Blah blah is a DPS trooper that has been assigned to our city due to the serious understaffing of the Austin Police Department. AFD and EMS were shocked but not surprised that 911 had not answered even when they were on hand and still waiting for a response. I am a retired deputy police chief, APD, serving from 1975 to 2002. I was chief of technical services from December 1990 to September 1994, which encompassed at the time the communications division. The city of Austin has failed to maintain one of its primary responsibilities to provide adequate public safety response. APD, AFD, EMS to the citizens and elected them. So, yo, what is going on? Seriously, what is happening? It took you 4 to 5 calls before you're like, yeah, let's go down there. 17 minutes and what was it, 22 seconds? And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess, okay, someone dead. Okay. So here's the thing that gets me, because Dallas just put out a new thing that started July 3rd right here. And this is talking about, okay, this is what you have to have for online reporting. So do not call 911 if any of these little things that are listed right over here are present. Accident, da 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 da. Now you notice it doesn't say death, homicide, murder, doesn't mention any of those for online reporting. Hence, you would then call 911. Now, granted, this happened in Austin, but who's to say that they don't implement this Dallas reporting online system to any of other states or any other cities? So obviously death, murder, homicide is not on here. So that's something you would call 911 for, right? Then you go and call 911 and then they don't answer. So that's one thing. I'm like, wait. So obviously these are two different cities, but here's my point. Let's say this happened in Dallas, and I go in, I'm like, okay, everything checks out. I don't have to report it online. I could just go and call 911, 911, and then nothing. And no response, nothing. Constantly, no response, no response, no response, no response. What? That is absolutely insane to me. Because the whole point of all that is because you guys are so busy. We got to free up space and we got to free up blah, blah. And then I call you and then you don't even answer. So now this is in Austin. People call you and then you don't answer. I don't understand how you think that's okay. I get people are understaffed, but god dang, what is going on? What's going on? Is it the budget? I know during COVID in different industries, got the airline industry, even in the, law enforcement and stuff like that, where people did retire. They were like, okay, I'm done. Oh, well, you got to get the jab. If you don't get the jab, you got to retire. Okay, deuces. And you just never rehired people back? Is that what happened? Just didn't hire people back? What's going on? You have people who are quitting, you have people who are leaving certain areas. What is happening that you got a retired cop who's saying, yo, I called you 4 to 5 times and nobody answered? That's a problem. So you say, oh, well, we can only really worry about serious crimes. This isn't serious to you? Or do you just not simply care? I don't know, man. I don't even know what the solution could be for something like this.